Today we're building this cool real-time password validator. As you can see in the description, my password should have at least 6 characters, 1 small letter, 1 big letter, 1 number, and 1 special character. And as soon as I start typing, as you can see, my symbols are getting closer to the logo, and now one condition is met. I used only small letters. If I hit one uppercase, now I have a second condition, number, special character. Now all of them are met and I can proceed to the next phase of signing up. And if I delete, as you can see, I'm losing one by one my conditions. Pretty cool password validator. Let's build it together with vanilla CSS and vanilla JavaScript. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Let's build this cool password validation system. This is where we will start. As you can see, nothing is happening with my password validation just yet. I only have my index.html. Now my idea was to make one SVG image. This should be one SVG image, and then I can manipulate with all of the parts, like for example the heart, the line that's going from the heart to the W logo, and etc. But I wasn't able to do that. Honestly, I'm not good at making SVG images, and even though I was able to create this exact image with the code, SVG code, I wasn't able to make each element of this image a separate tag inside my SVG, so I can manipulate with each of them. So that's why I decided to take a much harder approach. And I made, let me show you, in my images folder, I have all of my individual part of this image, a separate PNG transparent image. For example, this is the diamond, and this is the line that's connected the diamond with the logo. This is the logo. Let me show you. This is the chip, the background of the image, and they are all exactly the same dimensions, and they are all positioned where it should be. So when I put them one on top of the other, I get the exact image I want. Okay, so I have them inside this image container. I have all of my images as you can see here. All of them are on top of one another, and then I have this H1 paragraph, and of course my input and my button. Okay, that was it, and now they are styled. Let me show you. In each individual symbol is translated, and if I comment this out, let me show you. Here it is, they are on in place, and my lines have opacity of 0. If I also comment that out, as you can see now my lines are, and let me comment also the opacity of the symbols and save. Here is my original image, one symbol on top of another. This is our desired state. This is what we will get to when my password is valid. Okay, let's uncomment all of this. Okay, let's save, and now we are back at the starting position. Now let's start working on our JavaScript, and let's start working on a password validation. As you can see in my JavaScript, I get my input constant, my next button constant, which is currently disabled, and I have my heart, spades, clubs, and diamond elements, and I grab them all by data symbol custom attribute. And let me show you. So the same data symbol I get to my heart, this one, and then to the line that connects the heart. Here's my heart line.png. It also has the same data symbol, And down inside my paragraph, I have this data symbol to at least one small letter span. Okay, and I have the same for spades, clubs, and diamonds. So here I grab them all with query selector all, and therefore I will get an array with exactly 3 elements. The symbol, the line, and one of the spans here inside my paragraph. Alrighty, let's start working on our JavaScript. Let's make a function called validate password. And let's connect this function to our input. So I will say password input. I will add event listener. And I want to listen for input. So on every keystroke inside my password, I will be calling validate password function. Just like that. Now inside my function, first I will define a constant called password, which will be our password input dot value. Just like that. And I will immediately get another constant called length. It will be our password dot length. I need to make some calculations with the length of the password, so that's why I'm using it as a separate constant. Okay, what should we take care first? Let's take care first of the moving of the symbols with each keystroke. So I want with each keystroke my symbols to get one rem closer to the logo, and they will finish here to their original positions. Okay, but they all have a different position, so I will need to do that for each and every symbol. So for example, let's start with the heart elements, and I will access 0 index of my array, which is the, of course, this, let me show you, this image of the heart, this one here. Okay, and I want to change its position, so I will have, say, that style. Whoops. That style that I want to change the translate of that symbol, and the translate should be, let me first copy, let me find it. So heart, this is the starting point. I will copy this here, and now I want to change this position, so it, instead of -6, it will depend of the how many characters are inserted inside the password field. So I will first here, instead of the quotes, use backticks, because I want dynamically to insert this value. And here I will say $$ curly braces, and instead of 6 it will be 6 minus length rem. Okay, so let's test this out. I will save this and watch this heart symbol. If I put one character, as you can see, it's moving closer to my logo with each and every stroke. Okay, nice. Now let's do the same for all of them. So I will copy this down 3 more times, and I will say spades elements, clubs elements, and diamonds elements. And now I need to change this for each of them. So I will go for the spades. As you can see here, I have a calc. So I will go here and put calc. Let me do it for all of them first, and then we will change dynamically. So for the clubs, it's this starting position. And for the diamonds, is this starting position. Okay, and now I will, instead of 6, I will copy this, replace 6 rems with this dynamic calculation. So 6 minus length. Okay, that's cool, but there is one problem. If I save this, let's save this and test it out. As you can see, my symbols are moving closer, but as you can see, I have to stop them when they go to 0. If the length is 6, so this will be 0, and then I don't want them to go further. So therefore I will define a helper constant, let's say distance, and this constant will be, I will check if my length is greater or equals to 6. I want, of course, I'm using ternary. If it's greater or equals to 6, I want to stay 6. Otherwise, it should be the length. And here inside my calculations, I will replace all of the length with the distance constant. Okay, let's save now. I don't want to say password. Okay, let's test it out now. So I'm starting to typing, they're getting closer, and when I go above 6 characters inside my password, they are staying right here. Alright, cool, that's awesome. And let's test if they're removing again when I go below. Okay. Nice, cool. We finished that part of our functionality. Now all I need is to check if my password is having small letters, big letters, numbers, and special characters. Alrighty, so let's work now on that. And of course I want to change opacity of my symbols, and I want to connect them with the logo only if one of these is valid, but of course if my password is 6 characters or longer. So I will do that only if my length is greater than 6, greater or equals to 6 to be precise. Okay, so here let's first check if the password has a lowercase. So I will define a constant called has lower, and to check if it has lowercase, I will define a regular expression, and I will check if it has A to Z characters, and then on that I will use test method to test if my password has a lowercase. Okay, and now I will check if my password has a lower character. In that case, what do I want? I want my hearts elements. I want to loop through all of them. So I will say for each element, I want my element to change the opacity. So I will say that style that opacity, it will be equals 1. Okay, so I will put full opacity back to my elements, and then I will have else. I will copy this again. So my heart elements, for each of them, I will put the opacity back to, I believe it's 0.6. Okay, let's test this out. I will start typing my password, and as you can see, when I get to my 6 characters, of course, are used small letters. Here is my condition is met, and my heart has full opacity. It's connected with the line, and also here I got full opacity. So all of the heart elements, the elements that have the heart's data symbol, have full opacity. If I start deleting, as you can see, it gets the opacity gets back to 0.6, but I need to make sure that this line disappears, so I need to make changes here. So here I will put curly braces because I need to insert the block of code, and I will move this up, but of course no, this has to go here like that. Not only this, but I need my second element in my array with 1 index. I want this to have opacity of 0. This is the line, and we need to cancel the visibility of our line, so completely. Okay, just like that. Now I still haven't got a logic for else block if my length of the password is less than 6, but I will take care of that. Okay, I will save this. Now I would need to write this for every other element, and I don't want to type 4 times this, so therefore I will make a helper function above my validate function. I will call it, let's say, show hide symbols, and of course it will have array as an argument, and also I need condition as a second argument. So I will say if a condition is true, I will copy this here, this whole block of code. Now instead of a hearts element, I will loop through array that gets passed as an argument. Okay, and for each element I will change opacity to 1, and else I will again loop through an array. Now here, because this is I need this to be also dynamic, I also need to access element. Then a second argument would be an index, but I don't want the index, and as a third argument I need array that's looping through, and here I will say my index 1 of that array, I put opacity back to 0. Okay, and then I will make another helper function for hiding all of my elements. I will use that when my password is less than 6 in length. So let's say hide symbols. Again, this time I will only accept array as an argument, and I want to copy this block. I want only to hide my elements. Okay, let's hit save. And now let's apply these two helper functions. And I will define my all four conditions here. So I will copy this down. This will be has upper. This will be has number, and this will be has special. Now I will change my regex here. So for uppercase I will put A to Z uppercase. For my numbers I will put 0 to 9, and for the special characters I will paste this because I don't want to mess it up. Here are all my special characters. And now I will call my show hide symbols. First, let me see, I have first array and then condition. So first it will be hearts elements, and my condition for them is has lower. Okay, and Now I can remove this because we are using our helper functions. Okay, and I will copy this down. Now I will be calling it for spades elements, and for them the condition has to be uppercase. Okay, now for my club elements the condition has a number, and finally for my diamonds elements the condition has a special. Okay, and now I will put an else block here. If my password is less than 6 characters in length, I want to call only hide symbols, and I will put hearts elements first, and again I will copy for all of them, so spades, clubs, and finally diamonds. Okay, let's save all of that and test it out. With that we should be able to see the complete functionality of our password validation. So let's get started. Let's start entering. For starter, I will only insert small characters, small lowercase letters. As you can see, my first condition is met. My heart has opacity 1 and is connected. Now if I put a number, here is my clubs are connected, so it has at least one number. Now let's try uppercase. Now my spades is okay, and finally a special character. Now all of them are okay. And if I try to remove, as you can see, one by one my conditions are disappearing, and if I remove all of them, the symbols are getting back to the initial position. Now we only got left to take care of this next button, so it's now, let me show you, it is disabled here with this disable attribute, and I want it enabled if all of my conditions are true. So where should we do that? We should do that here. We will do the check if all of my conditions are met. So if it has lower and has upper and has number and has a special, if all of them are true, let me check. I called it next button, my constant. So I will say next btn dot disabled equals false. Okay, and otherwise my button next button that disabled should be true. Alrighty, and finally here in the else block I will also say that my next button is disabled in any case if my password is less than 6 character length. I want to be disabled. Okay, that should conclude our all functionalities for our signing up form. Let's hit save and test all of that. So I will start entering only the lowercase letters. Okay, if I hit number, if I hit uppercase, and if I hit special character, now all of the conditions are met and my next button is enabled. Of course, I'm not doing anything when clicking on the button. This is the topic for the next video maybe. Now if I remove one of the conditions, as you can see, it's disabled again, and we have this real cool real-time password validation system in place. Okay, awesome. With that, I want to thank you for watching today's video. If it was helpful, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I wish you a great day. Goodbye and lots of love.